Hi friends, it's Kayla. K-A-Y-L-A, Kayla. That's the theme of this week's vlog. Me! Or rather, my name is the theme of the vlog. I have never really liked my name. I don't think that's a big secret. I changed my name in elementary school to my middle name, Rose. Obviously, I introduced myself here for many years as Lala, but I really, this week, want to embrace the title that has been bestowed upon me. Here's the problem with Kayla. I've never met a Kayla that I've gotten along with. Second issue, writing my name out. Like, I love calligraphy and I love pretty writing, and my entire life writing out that K, it's just never cute. It's never what I always dream. There are just so many better letters out there. I'm envious of those whose names start with a B or an E. Especially if you have a T or an I in your name. It's just so pretty to look at and so pretty to write out. So I just need to invite some more Kaylas in my life. Something that I realized is I haven't really read from many Kaylas. I think only one. And even she goes by K. So shout out to Kay Ankrum for being the first Kayla that I ever read from. But that's it, just her. In fact, I've barely heard of any Kayla authors, which I find so strange because the year or the decade that I was born, Kayla was in like the top 10 most popular names. Every other name on that list, I can think of multiple authors that I have not only heard of, but have read from before. So I picked up 4 books to read with you this week. I'm losing my voice. Sorry, have I been yelling? Something they all have in common is they're very pink and purple. I feel like Kayla is a very pink name. In fact, I think most K names I associate with pink. Like Kimberly, Kendra, Kaylee. Maybe it's her fault. First up, let's look up what my name means because I definitely don't remember. I know that right now I look like a pink and purple bitch, but I don't feel like a pink and purple bitch. Kayla name meaning. Oh my god, all the graphics are pink. This says a female personal name, an elaboration of Kay, a short form of Catherine from Old French Cataline, Titan goddess of magic, crossroads, and entranceways. Hello? Can you tell me why my name is Kayla?
Why your name is Kayla?
Yeah, why?
We had you narrowed down to Kayla, Rachel, Melody, Jessica,
Naomi,
and Naomi. And your face just suited Kayla better.
My face? What are the odds that my mom would show up right when I was doing that? Let me know if you had to rename me. Which of those names would you pick? There seems to be a lot of different origins. This one says it's of Irish and Gaelic origin, meaning slim and fair. I mean, I've got one of those down. This one says it's of Arabic Hebrew origin, meaning laurel crown. It was invented in the 1950s. It got really popular in the 80s and 90s, and now it's pretty much dropped off and been replaced by things like Michaela and Layla. It's funny, this video has been in the works for a year and a half now, but I didn't gather anything for it. Like, normally I like to have little things collected to make these weekly videos interesting, but I kept seeing my name on places. Like, so I have this Best Buds keychain, and I was thinking like I should pick up some stuff with my name on it, but I don't want anything with my name on it. It made me curious if you have anything with your name on it. I would love to know. I would also love to know if you have read a book from an author with the same name as you, and if you haven't, that's my challenge to you in the next like month. I want you to find a book with an author has the same name, and you can tag it on Instagram, not as my challenge, but someone else is doing this challenge right now too. This girl I follow on Instagram, Sarah, is doing the hashtag namesake challenge. I saw her post about it in February and I was like, oh my god, I'm doing something like that just in July too. So weird. This isn't an original idea either. I'm sure multiple people have done this. I have seen a video from Emma Tobias and Emma from Drinking by My Shelf discussing their name in like literature, movies, and songs. I originally got this video idea, like I said, a year and a half ago from a comment. Sophia said that this is something that she would be interested in me trying. The things I do have with my name on it are, I've showed you this before, my name tag from school. And then I always keep my name tag from like every job I've ever had. So there's Tim Hortons, there's Girl Guides, and that's the Ramada Hotel. And then any conferences, like I always keep my name tags from those. I've also seen this video idea done from various other like mostly beauty and lifestyle YouTubers where they buy clothes that are named their name. Again, like I said, I've had tons of time to gather things and nothing spoke to me. Like I could have grabbed jewelry, I could have grabbed clothing, but I still just like don't like my name enough to want to plaster it anywhere. But I think I will swing by like some type of gift shop and find something with my name on it, just because maybe I'm missing out. Exposing myself to more Kaylas started like a year ago, where I went through my Goodreads like friend request pending list and I approved all of the Kaylas that were in there, and then somebody on Twitter noticed it. But now I have like 20 Goodreads friends named Kayla, and not one of them have read a book from an author named Kayla either. So it's not just me. I did find this though on one of their shelves. It's called The Animators by Kayla Ray Whitaker. So I picked this up recently. And then I actually have gotten a couple comments over the last couple months telling me that I would like this book, like completely just randomly. So I feel like that's a good sign. And then I did haul this last summer, This Splintered Silence by Kayla Olson. And that was because I was planning for this video. I didn't know if I should pick this one up or this one, but I ended up going with the spacey one because I felt like it was a safer bet. And then I have Darling by Kay Ingram, which is a Peter Pan retelling. The most famous Kayla that I know of is Kayla Itsinas from YouTube. So I picked up a healthy eating and lifestyle guide, and I'm gonna follow some of her recipes and workout plans for the next week. Why? I don't know. I think that's everything you need to know. When I begin my first read, I will check in with you. Okay, today's the day I'm gonna start reading. I actually want to have one of these going as an audiobook, so I'm gonna go on Libro FM and do a sample of each to find out which one I want to listen to. I've just been getting ready for the day, and I was looking for something like a lipstick shade called Kayla, a hairstyle that's called the Kayla, and I came up with nothing. No one wants to name their stuff Kayla. So I'm just gonna pick, like, this is Kayla. Like when I hear Kayla, this is what I envision. Orange and pink are in, right? Like that color combo. Oh wow, what is this? Candy Yum Yum. That was not the right decision. While I finished getting ready, I was looking for videos that were related to like reading based on your name, and then I found one called a tarot reading based on your name, and now I want to watch this and understand what's going on.
Today's reading is all about your destiny numbers prediction. And you may be asking yourself, what is a destiny number? So your destiny number, also known as your name number, is the number that you receive when you turn each and every one of the letters of your name into a number. You add them all up and then you receive your destiny number. But I have a video in which I explain to you exactly how to calculate your destiny number.
Okay, I need a destiny number. Okay, so 2 plus 1, 3, 4. My destiny number is 14. Just kidding, it has 2 figures, so I add them together. So my destiny number is 5. Okay, first of all, 5 is my favorite number. The only thing I like about my name is that it has 5 letters, because it's my favorite number.
Hello, all my destiny number 5s, and welcome to your reading. So I'm going to get straight into it with my tarot deck. I just want you to lean back, relax, and enjoy as we figure out what messages are present for you. First and foremost, we have the Chariot, which just comes very instinctively and naturally for you, all my destiny number 5s, because guess what? You have that zest for life. You are that number that is full of energy, that is full of ambition, and that people look up to. The Chariot is all about moving quickly, moving forward, and moving towards your goals. So next we have the 4 of Pentacles. So I see that that does create financial stability for you, so you not having to worry about what you're going to do in the future financially, or how you're going to sustain yourself once you're retired, once you're in a situation where maybe you don't want to work as hard. I see here in the 4 of Pentacles that your zest for life, your drive 5, we have the Hanged Woman. So I do see here that in the Hanged Woman, you are being called to sometimes just take a little break, okay? Take a little step back, a little bit of time to refuel your chariot, to refuel your vehicle, which is you, all my 5s. I see here that advancement comes with public recognition for you. So you tend to be this person that breaks through more often than other paths, than other destiny numbers, that breaks through in a very public way, where you get recognition from other people, where you get recognition in your community. And so you're a really great leader of a division in a company. You're a really great entrepreneur because you get out and get things done and you take action, but also because you are a trustworthy person, where people are like, this is the type of person I would trust with my money, my time, my effort. Next, we have the Burning Bowl ritual. So you could benefit from connecting with fire. The number 5 is already kind of like a very action-driven number, but at the same time here in the Burning Bowl ritual, I do see here that connecting something as deep as writing down your thoughts on some pieces of paper and just burning those, allowing those to just go up into the universe, that energy to kind of be with the universe, be with the astral realm. I can see here in the Burning Bowl ritual that that allows you to connect very deeply with goals that you still want to accomplish, but also with your shadow side, also with sides of yourself and of your past that you want to let go of. So writing those things down and just kind of like letting them burn in a burning bowl ritual during a burning bowl ritual is highly beneficial to you at this point in your life. Alone time would benefit you in order to just rearrange your thoughts, in order to allow yourself to pick.
Huh? What? I'm having my destiny read to me. Do you want your destiny?
No, I'm good.
Oh. We almost had him. He literally interrupted me in the middle of her talking about quiet time. A long time. You know what's funny? I don't actually know the plot of any of these books, but I listened to a bit of the audiobook of each. And I think I've decided to listen to this one, even though this narrator was my favorite and I like listening to space stuff on audio. I feel like this is going to be the hardest one for me to get into. Also, it's the longest audiobook, so that's where I landed. But let's find out what these are about though. So all I know is this is a Peter Pan retelling and it's Kate Ankrum. Like, I didn't need to know anymore. Also, she's talked about how like Peter's victims get, I don't know, retribution or whatever. So we're following Wendy Darling. Her first night in Chicago, a boy called Peter appears at her window. He's dizzy and captivating and beautiful. Wendy thinks they're heading to a party, but instead they're soon running in the city's underground. She makes friends, a punk girl named Tinkerbell and the Lost Boys Peter watches over, and she makes enemies, the terrifying Detective Hook and maybe Peter himself, as his sinister secrets start to come to light. This Splintered Silence, I remember referring to it as like a similar plot to The Loneliest Girl in the Universe, and that's all I know about it, is there's a girl in space by herself, I think. We're following a character named Lindley Hamilton. Has been the leader of the space station Luska since every first-generation crew member on board, including her mother, the commander, was killed by a deadly virus. Oh. Lindley always assumed she'd captain the Luska one day, but she never thought that day would come so soon, and she never thought it would be like this, struggling to survive every day. When a member of the surviving second generation dies from symptoms that look just like the deadly virus, Lindley feels her world shrinking even smaller. The disease was supposed to be over. The second generation was supposed to be immune, but as more people die, Lindley must face the terrifying reality that either the virus has mutated or something worse is happening. Okay. And then we have this one. Best friends and artistic partners in the male-dominated field of animation. Oh, it's about literal animation. Okay, that's what Rob went to school for. Mel and Sharon are a dynamic duo. The friction of their differences driving them. After a decade of striving, the two are finally celebrating the release of their first full-length feature, which transforms Mel's difficult childhood into provocative and visually daring art. The toast of the indie film scene, they stand at the cusp of making it big. But with their success comes doubt and destruction, cracks in their relationship threatening the delicate balance of the work they do together. Sharon begins to feel expendable, suspecting that the ever more out of control Mel is the real artist. During a trip to Sharon's home state of Kentucky, I'm only smiling because, like, is this about fame and a road trip? Help. The only other partner she's ever truly known, her troubled, charismatic childhood best friend Teddy, re-enters her life and long buried resentments rise to the surface. I thought this was speculative. Maybe it is. Okay, then we have this, which I know is going to be a controversial thing to, like, even own and talk about. And I'm going into it open-minded because, like, if I were... I just got a lip stain mark on the book. Like, if I were to pick up a cookbook, this wouldn't be my first choice ever. I thought this was more of a fitness thing, to be honest. I thought it was like fitness stuff and then food, which doesn't really make sense because if I paid attention, like, it says it's mostly about food. But I thought she was just like a fitness YouTuber. Anyway, the recipes in here, I haven't read through any of them, but I did tab the ones that I think look good. I'm also going to read this whole, like, introduction about training and weight loss and her, like, perspective on things. I got this for, like, a massive discount. That's the only reason that I was down to pick it up. Naturally, like, I look at this and I think the whole idea of, like, getting, like, attaining a bikini body is ridiculous. Like, I work for a very body positive fashion brand who makes stickers like this that say everybody is a beach body. And I'm very fortunate that this is the type of messaging that I'm surrounded by and get to spread to others. So let's just remember that you don't have to look a certain way to wear anything or go anywhere. But only this much of the book is actually, like, fitness stuff. But I suppose that you're supposed to go to her YouTube channel to get that. Oh, I told you! This is pink. So she does kick the whole thing off by saying a bikini body to her is not a certain body weight, size, or look, the state of mind where you're confident, healthy, and strong. It is when you feel good about yourself and your body. I think this is for a very specific, like, person, and I think that is exhibited right here with 3 of her clients, and it says they're all moms. And I do think this is a very, like, new mom type of thing that you pick up because you want to get back to a certain body. Like, stay-at-home parents, work from home parents, these types, like, this is an entire day of food. Basically all of these pages are one full day and, like, what they look like, and this is not achievable for somebody who, like, works out of the house for most of the day. I'm sure she does talk about meal prep in here and like swapping out different meals for other things, like, just to make this work perfectly for you. It's very pretty to look at, and it is divided up, like, every single day she's giving you, like, what to make. I'm gonna commit to 3 days of a full meal plan from her. And like I said, this isn't a cookbook that I would pick up normally because we don't really eat meat and we don't eat a lot of dairy, but I'm gonna make these work. I got it. First book I'm gonna start with, though, is Darling. So start the intro scenes. Let's find some music that have the word Kayla, the name Kayla, in the song, and we can start reading. Hello. Clearly it's much later. I spent most of the day working and editing and planning things, so I didn't get too far into Darling. That's like 1/6 of the way through. Wendy just met Peter and he's taking her on just a wild night. We're learning more about her parents. It's a nice story so far. It's light, lighter than her other books, I feel, but maybe all of them, thinking about it, like, eased you in and then the story got, like, more intense. That's probably the trajectory we're on. I finished Darling last night and it was okay. I'm giving it a 3. It didn't have that, like, necessarily special, unique quality that I've come to expect from her other things. Like, her other books, I've really not read anything like them, and they had, like, a nice emotional impact on me. Darling was good, like objectively good. A good retelling. It had all of the makings of like the classic story, took things in some different directions, made it modern day. There wasn't anything like weird or magical about it, and there's not supposed to be. Like, I want to be so clear, because even she spoke recently, I think on Twitter, about how like marketing her book, like people are talking about it like in the wrong way or something like that, because her books are not speculative, but they do have just like a little like special quality to them. Why didn't I love this? I don't know. I liked all the characters. I liked the interactions. It was over so fast. There's a ton of different representation in here. I think I just thought that it was gonna take it like somewhere else and like talk about things and like challenge certain ideas about the original Peter Pan story outside of just like changing them to fit like the narrative. I thought we'd like get to kind of discuss them in a more like clear way. I don't really know. I don't know how to explain what I thought it would be, but it was nice. Like, I would recommend for sure just like a lot of the YA contemporary like friendship stories that I read. Like, it was good. And now let me review my first day of Kayla. Oh my god, there's a mosquito. Ah! Why did I just smack it? That doesn't work when you're on a bed. I definitely stayed inside my comfort zone for the first day. Like, I've made all of these things before. I just use her specific recipe. So for like dinner, I did the sweet potato recipe. I've never put eggs in it before, so that was new, and it was actually really good. I even forgot the ginger, and it was still good. I did a smoothie bowl. It was, I make those all the time. This one was a little basic. One of them was 2 teaspoons of almond butter and half an apple for a snack, so half an apple. And then hummus on crisp bread, which I think the one thing that this book is like getting me to do is make my own like dressings and sauces, because that's like the #1. Oh my god, side note, this is not like an invitation for you to like discuss my like eating habits or health or body or, oh my god. I'm also not actually trying to get a beach body in 30 days, so let's just nip that in the bud right away. But like hummus, I love buying store-bought hummus, store-bought tzatziki. I put sauce on everything. Sauce is just like that's what I live for. And most times when she talks about a sauce or dressing or marinade, it's just like honey and lime juice. I was expecting the flavors to be really bland here, but I actually found that the sweet potato is really tasty. The lunch was good. It's a lot of just like tomatoes, oats, rice, everything, and yogurt on literally everything. But today I get to make a fruit salad, which contains watermelon, strawberries, honey, lime, and chia seeds. So thrilling over here. And next I'm gonna move on to This Splintered Silence for a little bit of sci-fi joy. We just stopped by Value Village. I didn't find any books with Kayla as an author or in the title, but I did find one called like Kaliana. That's the closest. I found Monkey Beach, so now I can put this in my collection and give back my library copy. I also found some other things that are secretive. Oh my god! Oh. Childhood favorites. Oh. Now we're headed to Toys R Us, and they will most definitely have some type of keychain or something with my name on it. Have I told you that I'm doing things based on my name?
No.
I'm very
How about fixing your seatbelt?
Cool and interesting. And what's Lamb doing? Find your name. Ooh. There's me, and it's pink. Part of me wants to buy a craft kit. I could spell my name. Look what else I found. I'm not gonna buy it, but it's very cool. Got a Nerf gun. Show them. Oh wow, Liam, show yours. Oh wow.
Kayla, show yours.
It's called a Jolt.
Yours hurts, by the way. You have to load it.
Oh my god!
told you it's strong. God.
Point that at me. What's gonna happen to you? Oh my god, I keep forgetting to talk about the book. I slowly have been making my way through this. I read a little bit this morning. I'm 70 something pages in, and what I appreciate about this is that everything in the synopsis has already happened. So it's not one of those books where the synopsis, like how it talked about all of these little things, like that's not spoiling any part of the book. Like that's already been established, and now we're gonna move on with some action, I think. Sorry, I'm a little bit sleepy today. I spent my day producing video content TikToks for Sweet Lakes. I'm halfway through this now, and I like it. The chapters are really short. It's a really quick read once I actually make time to sit down and put my eyes on the pages. What? But we just got a plot twist exactly the halfway mark, which is a good one. I didn't expect it to lean into like the typical YA SFF tropes, because it just seemed like a really personal like story that wasn't going to end up in like a love triangle and romance. So that caught me a little bit off guard. But I mean, this happens a lot in books, and I just have to like get used to it, where there are like dire circumstances, people are literally dying, like shit's going down, but like she wants to like make out with a couple people. Ooh, but I did realize a trope, not a trope, I don't know the right word, but you know how people talk about like quotes? What am I trying to say? Like people who read, okay, I've been watching a lot of book talk lately, and I keep getting book talks from like romance book talk, and they share like the quotes that like really do it for them in their books, where the love interest says something like, I don't know, get your hands off my something, and then, oh god, you know what I'm saying. I realize what one of mine is, and it's when the love interest goes, well, what do you want? Like, because we're following this like captain of this ship, and she's a teenage girl, and she took on a lot and saw her mother die, and she's been through a lot, and she has to be like the strength. Everybody comes to her with every single issue, and she just like has to be strong for everybody and do what's best for everybody. And I really love reading from her perspective, and I think it's great, and I'm going to recommend this so much, especially for teen readers who I understand. I'm not, it's fine. But like the one guy who's like really on her side is like, stop thinking about everybody else, like what do you want? And that's my favorite, whatever it's called. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading my book now. What should we do regarding my name? I just realized we didn't look up like the Urban Dictionary definition of my name. We only looked up like the real history of the name, and you know that we can trust Urban Dictionary. So for my name, Urban Dictionary, the top definition says she is a, how do we pronounce it?
Kayla.
Okay, she's a beautiful girl with a caring personality. She's always loyal, I am, and cares deeply about everyone. She can be scared to show her emotions. Okay, and always waits for the other person to make a move. That's not true. With that, she has a great mind, but is again scared to say because she feels no one will listen. She will always stand by her friends and family and never neglect anyone. She makes friends quickly and is very likable. She has troubles with love because of her shyness, but soon finds that special someone. Is this a horoscope? Okay, great. I think we learned a lot. I finished this Splintered Silence. The characters are pretty solid, memorable. I feel like when I was kind of caught off guard by the romance elements, I feel like if you were reading the book and you got those romance elements and you were excited by them instead of like put off by them, you might be disappointed by the rest of the book, because that whole like conflict or tension, you lose it pretty quickly because they're in space and they're in danger, and like that is the bulk of the story. It's cool because it's like a mystery as well. There are people dying, but there's also like perhaps sketchy people in space with them, and it's like, who can you trust and who is doing these potentially bad things? So you're kind of finding out things throughout the book, and like there are different reveals, and you're kind of getting to like solve a mystery throughout it. And there's like a list of like people who have like the most power on the ship, and it's like, do we trust this person? Here's why or why not. Do we trust this person? I think I will read more from her, Kayla. Oh, here's my other meals from the cookbook of the day. Some of them went okay. The carrot hummus, not my vibe. I have a mobile order for Kayla.
For Kayla, for sure. We're just finishing that up. It should be ready when you get here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm on my way home and I grabbed a Starbucks so they would write my name on the cup because I haven't done enough things about my name. I'm realizing I didn't tell you that much about this Splintered Silence. Maybe I didn't have enough things to say about it. It's not the most memorable book. I don't think I even told you a rating this morning. I liked it, and I've been thinking about it all day, like, is it a 3 or a 4? And I just can't give it a 4. Part of me wants to give it a 4 because like I'm not super mad about this book, but I'll probably never really think about it again. So I'm giving it a 3.5. I'm not convinced yet that Kayla's are what's the point of this video? There isn't one, it's just for fun and it's stupid. Also, I realized I might be wrong about the synopsis, how everything in the synopsis happened at the beginning of the book, because I was just looking at the Goodreads and there is something in that synopsis that isn't until a good portion of the way through the book. I might have lied to you. Maybe that's a Kayla attribute. Did you ever have to do that thing in school where you like wrote down your name and then you had to write down adjectives or something that like described you? I think mine would be kind, just because I can't think of anything else. Agile, naturally. Why did I want to say useful? Youthful? I was liar, that's all I know. And then there's another A. Ambidextrous. Oh my god, that's a lie. Acrobatic. Amazing. What's the Y for though? Can somebody give me a Y? I just sounded like a cheerleader. Give me a Y! Y! Anyway, that's this Splintered Silence, that Splintered Silence, those Splintered Silences, whatever that book is called. Here's how I feel about it. As far as like danger in space goes, I've read a lot of it. Teens in danger in space. Even though there was this pandemic and all of these things happening, it didn't feel like the stakes were super high. You kind of just felt like this comfort, like it was just gonna be all okay. Oh good, my pink cup's making another guest appearance. I was hoping that the first clip that I took after the cute intro screen and the Kayla song was like a positive one, even if I ended up not liking the book. Like, I usually start out with being like, I'm reading the book, it's fine. Or it's good, or it's great, or whatever. I hate this book. Hate's a really strong word. Okay, I hate the audiobook. I'm gonna chalk it up to perhaps being the audiobook, and I'm just gonna read it physically at this point. I'm 20% through on Libro FM. Oh, 24% through actually. And I just like, I'm not vibing with the narrator. I think I've been really spoiled by really good audiobooks, like dual POV, like just a lot of production quality. And this one, I don't know, it's from a couple years back, and maybe it's also the speed that I'm listening to it, like the speed that I'm comfortable listening to an audiobook is not maybe conducive to this narrator's voice or the way that she's voicing certain characters, because it's just like, it's weird. There's been some odd phrasing things, like comparisons to different like communities of people, and it's about these two friends, and I think maybe I actually need to start from the beginning, because like I was driving while I was listening and maybe I missed a little bit of something. They're very much talking like teenagers, and I thought we were progressing through their life together, and maybe we are, but I missed the point that we jumped ahead, because now they're 32 and still speaking like teenagers. And then she was like, I'm 32, and I was like, are you? They have this like tense relationship. One of them is like more responsible than the other, and one of them has more capability of doing a certain job than the other one, and they're like they're friends, but they're co-workers, business partners, and they're just going through life together, through the ups and downs of life. I don't know what I was thinking picking this up. This really was like one of the best options that I saw, but I didn't look too much into it, and now I'm regretting it because I haven't loved a book in this whole video. Actually, hold on. I'm not giving this the proper credit, perhaps. Maybe I just need to switch over to this one and read more recipes, because the ones that I've tried have actually been really good. Actually, on that note, I'm gonna go make some overnight oats for breakfasts, tomorrow's breakfast moment. What am I saying? And I guess I'm gonna read some more of this. Must I? Why did I think I would like it? Why did you think I would like it? Is it gonna get weird?
Get some damage out of it, why not?
Here's my overnight oats. This looks like a lot, but I'm also sharing with other people. I really should have bought a shirt that said Kayla on it. Maybe I should wear a name tag all day. I'm excited to finish the animators. I am probably like 70% through now. The more time you spend with like any character, the more you connect with them and you get to like feel for them. So our main character is going through a lot. She had a stroke and her family isn't like responding the way that a family should, and you know, we're going through her past history. She had a really dark childhood, which is now being revealed, that I was not anticipating. I'm gonna take a bite, I guess, of this. I've made overnight oats 1,000 times. This one is just a little different because I put yogurt in it. This girl loves yogurt. I don't, but I get it. Also, everything is about like low fat, everything, like low fat yogurt, low fat milk, and like then I drink nut milk, so that's not a thing. So this isn't exactly as she hoped, but not my favorite, Kayla. Okay. This is how Liam comes home from his summer camp. Show me your dirty little face. Hi. He's in the woods all day. I read a few more pages of my book, a lot more pages. I'm actually almost done, and I don't love it. What?
Oh my god.
Huh?
Oh my god.
Okay. I ended up giving the animators a 2. While I think the author did a good job of creating these really multi-layered, multifaceted human beings, you knew exactly who these characters were. Like, they were so well established throughout the book that like you knew them too well. You had the classic duo of like the passive friend who's just coming into her own, and like the over-the-top embarrassing sometimes her getting them into like wacky scenarios, and them like trying to work together and understand each other, but also like they have this super great friendship and they're defending each other to the people they meet along the way. And that was the best part, like their established characterizations, relationship, but like there was just so much going on. This is another hard one to explain why it didn't totally work for me. This just isn't really my type of book to begin with. I don't think that the description really represents the story to me. Just the focus on being like a male-dominated field, you'd think that there would be a lot of stuff about like being within that dynamic, which there wasn't. It also talks about like them being in school, which they only are for the first section, then we do jump ahead like 10 years. And then there's also another character mentioned in here who comes in. There's a couple characters that come in at weird points or late points where they don't really get enough of the story to feel the impact of what you're learning. There's definitely a couple attempts at like twists that just didn't like do a lot for me, but I felt like they were supposed to have an impact. I was kind of removed from the entire like story, I guess. I get that this has an audience for sure. I think like, you know, cool, hip, artsy types, that's who they are, and that's who I think this book is kind of marketed to. And with that, we wrap up another experimental video where I don't end up with anything I liked, and now I have to try to give you a moral of the story at the end. Do I now like Kayla's? Do I feel more of a connection with Kayla's and enjoy being a Kayla more? No. I'm gonna need some recommendations for more Kayla authors, because I think ones are out there that I'm gonna like. That has to be true. Why aren't there that many of them? Where have all of the Kaylas gone? Anyway, this video didn't turn out the way that I hoped it would, because I don't, I haven't gained anything from being a Kayla, I guess. 3 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars. I'm not rating this. It's a cookbook. The recipes I tried mostly were pretty good. The stuff in the beginning, I mean, sure, it talks about like micronutrients and superfoods and some tips on just like creating a healthy lifestyle and like why you need to educate yourself and creating like healthy habits rather than crash diets, and set yourself up for success and be realistic. And it was definitely like better than I thought it would be, but there's still some like questionable like just phrasing. And the workouts, like if you've done anything like the 30-day shred or any other kind of program, and if you check out her YouTube channel, like it's just really basic moves. There's nothing wrong with that, but like the workout plan isn't something, if you've never done anything like this before, like this is obviously valuable, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't feel like my life has changed because of this, and now I have this very heavy book that I don't know what to do with. I'll probably just take pictures of my favorite recipes and then donate the book. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to these Kaylas for being Kaylas. You're doing great. All the Kaylas need to come together and just be best friends. I feel like I've asked you enough questions throughout this video that I really do want you to answer in the comments. So I'm just gonna leave it at that and say thank you. Thank you very much for hanging out with me this week, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye. Kiara, Aaliyah, and Kayla.
Put the pieces back together every time my heart broke, and it was Stacy, Ugo, Kayla, and Janelle.
Stacy, Ugo, Kayla, and Janelle.
Hey, is it Brittany? Is it Kayla? Or Aisha? Maybe Layla?
Is it Brittany? Is it Kayla? Or Alicia? Maybe Layla? When will I have my own moment?
Young and rich and living crazy. Keisha, Kim, Marie, and Caitlin love to keep the reefer blazing.
She said her name was Kayla. Right then wanted to cater to her.
But sometimes I let the little problem sit on me like Santa. And then I call Kayla cause I know that she gon' answer. I told her I don't want a jet until I make it.
God damn it. Tattoos on my neck that read Kayla and Brandon. My nephew was born premature.
Your scenic shit. Just me. Alcoholic in my vomit. Kayla, clean it up, I promise. Man, I stopped and now I'm on it. Heat this room up, it goes sauna. Run your ass like Peloton. What?
I'm finding songs with my name in it. Someone just told me to clean up their vomit in their song. Don't worry about it.